We all saw it posted yesterday all over our social media pages. Cassie filed a lawsuit in New York City against Diddy.
Yikes.
She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long cycle of abuse.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
What would you do if you had it all? Fame, fortune, influence, and suddenly, it all began slipping away. For Sean Diddy Combs, the music icon who shaped an era and built a massive fortune, the spotlight has turned harsh. Now, he faces a wave of accusations and scandals, risking his legacy and reputation as he battles for his freedom in court.
I think in federal court and for these charges, they would say it's routine, but in the public realm, this is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right.
To understand Diddy's shocking downfall, you need to look back at the empire he built. Bad Boy Records wasn't just a label, it was a cultural force. With artists like Notorious B.I.G. and Faith Evans, Diddy's vision created more than hits, it sparked a movement. Bad Boy became an identity for millions, building Diddy a 9-figure fortune and making him a hip-hop titan. But the higher the rise, the harder the fall. Now, with mounting scandals, his empire appears more fragile than ever.
Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs.
What began as whispers soon grew into a storm of accusations against Diddy. Former friends, employees, and close associates have stepped forward, exposing a darker side where fame and power allegedly collided with secrecy and control. The once untouchable icon now faces claims of manipulation, leaving behind a trail of damage that's impossible to ignore.
It has to be a 100% culture shock. I can't imagine living a lifestyle of the incredibly rich and famous and then going into this very dark, impersonal, cold, austere facility.
Enter Jay-Z, a name that instantly ignites comparisons to Diddy, as both men have built empires extending beyond music into business and philanthropy. However, while Jay-Z has climbed steadily, aligning with brands and ventures that amplify his influence, Diddy's legacy is now tangled in controversy. In a twist no one saw coming, Jay-Z has even agreed to testify against his former friend, sparking rumors of betrayal, revenge, and a power play.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right?
Some insiders believe Jay-Z's decision to testify isn't purely moral. With a power base rivaling Diddy's, he may see this scandal as a chance to eliminate his biggest competitor. Once partners in charity, business, and social causes, the two now stand on opposite sides of a major controversy. When Jay-Z takes the stand, it's not just about justice, it's about a shift in industry power. For him, this could be the ultimate move to push Diddy out of the picture and claim the throne.
Controlled every aspect of her life. He is accused of frequently beating her and would hide her in hotel rooms for days until the bruising and signs of abuse were gone.
The animosity between these two powerhouses might have seemed unimaginable years ago, but recent events hint that their past collaborations may have been more strategic than friendly. These weren't just business deals, they were moves to secure influence and control over an entire industry. While the public saw them as partners, insiders claim there was always an underlying rivalry. Now, with Jay-Z's decision to testify, the question remains, is this about speaking out, or is there a calculate?
I remember, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside.
Diddy's fall from grace goes beyond legal troubles. His networking events have gained notoriety for reasons unrelated to business. Allegations of extravagant gatherings where fame and debauchery intertwined paint a stark contrast to the polished public image he cultivated. Former attendees and employees describe these events as anything but innocent, revealing a world where power dynamics were the real entertainment and networking took on a darker meaning. Imagine exclusive gatherings filled
replete with very, very serious and salacious allegations, including allegations that Combs had cameras throughout his home.
At these infamous gatherings, insiders allege that Diddy's behavior began to raise red flags. Former attendees recount tales of high-profile celebrities leaving the events feeling uneasy, realizing that what they expected to be glamorous was something altogether different. While the goings-on in these circles have long remained concealed by power and influence, testimonies are now emerging, and past attendees are speaking out. The public is starting to see past the glittering facade, revealing.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
Diddy isn't alone in this web of controversy. His connections to figures like Jeffrey Epstein and R. Kelly, while there's no concrete evidence linking him directly to their actions, his associations with such infamous personalities fuel speculation about what truly happens behind the scenes in the music industry. Rumors suggest that Diddy's ties to these individuals weren't just social, they may indicate an unseen network where each member plays a role. To some.
And Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the fact, Jake, that the government in this indictment presented evidence alleging that Sean Combs was running a criminal enterprise.
Diddy's connections to R. Kelly have only heightened public intrigue, painting a picture of an underground world governed by unspoken. In this realm, high-profile figures protect each other's secrets and interests, and anyone who steps out of line risks being ostracized. The notion that Diddy could have been part of such a network is chilling. As the scandal unfolds, questions arise about just how deep his connections run and what these associations truly signify.
The rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein-type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors, yeah. I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
Then there's the theory that has captivated the internet, the notion that Diddy and Jay-Z have been secret puppet masters, orchestrating events in the industry. According to this theory, they didn't just build music empires, they controlled careers, determining who would rise and who would fall, eliminating anyone who threatened their dominance. Social media is buzzing with posts dissecting interviews and red carpet moments, each speculating whether there's truth to the idea that Diddy and Ja.
Do you believe Diddy is a dangerous person?
Yes.
Then there's the theory that has captivated the internet, the notion that Diddy and Jay-Z have been secret puppet masters, orchestrating events in the industry. According to this theory, they didn't just build music empires, they controlled careers, determining who would rise and who would fall, eliminating anyone who threatened their dominance. Social media is buzzing with posts dissecting interviews and red carpet moments, each speculating whether there's truth to the idea that Diddy and Ja.
So what is next? Is he going to be in jail in this facility until the trial begins? Is there a chance he could, get moved earlier than that?
As of this moment, as of this hour, as of today, yes. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be appealing this thing next to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn the judge's order here to try and get him actually released.
This is the backdrop as Diddy sits behind bars, facing accusations that could shatter his legacy for good. With each new development, more secrets emerge, revealing a side of hip-hop's elite that the public was never meant to see. The once impenetrable walls of his empire are crumbling, exposing the dark corners he spent years concealing. As the trial approaches, one thing is clear, the music industry may never be the same again.
Special housing unit is a 24-hour lockdown unit, which means that any movement within that unit is controlled and coordinated, and no inmate moves outside of his cell without being in full restraints, to include leg irons, handcuffs, a belly chain, and at least 2, if not 3 staff members escorting them.
As we move forward, the focus shifts not only to Diddy's downfall but also to the complex dynamics among his former allies. With Jay-Z stepping into the spotlight as a potential witness, the power structures in hip-hop are shifting in real time. People are watching closely to determine whether Jay-Z's actions are a stand against injustice or a strategic move to secure his own position. With each new piece of evidence, the world is left questioning who is truly in control and what secrets may yes.
A lot of the evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those 2 raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these sexual performances that have been named freak-offs.
As we delve deeper, let's start with the revelations emerging from Diddy's world since his legal battles began. Former employees, who worked closely with him for years, are now stepping forward with shocking claims. They describe a work environment that wasn't just demanding but allegedly downright toxic. These witnesses and lawsuits recount scenes of high-stakes manipulation, emotional control, and a workplace culture steeped in intimidation.
Clearly, there is a criminal investigation underway, and that they believe that there would be evidence of crimes in one or both of these homes.
It's as if these lawsuits have opened a floodgate, bringing forth stories that people were once too afraid to share. According to one former employee, Diddy was a master at controlling his environment, creating a culture where speaking up could jeopardize your livelihood, or worse. He allegedly used his position to keep everyone in line, maintaining an iron grip on his employees. The lawsuits depict Diddy as a man who knew precisely how to wield his power, employing veiled threats and outright.
To me, that with all the money he has and all the resources he has, they couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. And again, it sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him is expensive to all of us. We're taxpayers, and he's got to have unique situations. You can't put him in general population where, you know, everyone wants a piece of him and everyone wants to be his friend and everyone. So
the timing of these testimonies is far from random. They aren't merely old complaints resurfacing. Instead, they're part of a larger, darker narrative taking shape. Individuals who once felt trapped in silence are finally finding their voices, revealing a side of Diddy that the public never witnessed. From alleged emotional manipulation to rumors of financial control, each story adds a new layer to the complex web of influence he has maintained over the years.
That's not the issue. The issue is, it seems as though he wants to kind of like exert power and dominance over people who don't really want it.
As these testimonies accumulate, another figure has become central to the unfolding story, Jay-Z. While some might believe that Jay-Z's involvement is purely about righting wrongs, others are more skeptical. Is Jay-Z speaking out now because he genuinely wants to distance himself from Diddy's behavior, or is there a deeper agenda at play? For years, the two have shared the stage as the ultimate duo of hip-hop powerhouses. They were friends, business partners, and allies, or at least that's hope.
But after that major documentary comes out on Diddy, then you're going to start to hear more and more about Jay-Z and his nefarious past, okay?
But now the tables have turned, and it appears that Jay-Z is determined to distance himself from Diddy's downward spiral. This complicates the situation because, while Jay-Z may seem to be stepping forward in the name of justice, some insiders suggest that his motives could be more self-serving. There's speculation that his testimony isn't just about seeking justice, it might be a calculated move to secure his own position and ensure that none of this mess sticks to him. It's as if he's Navig.
Either way, if you got to run to a private island because your evil doings are doing so much and they storming your house, it's one of these.
But now the tables have turned, and it appears that Jay-Z is determined to distance himself from Diddy's downward spiral. This complicates the situation because, while Jay-Z may seem to be stepping forward in the name of justice, some insiders suggest that his motives could be more self-serving. There's speculation that his testimony isn't just about seeking justice, it might be a calculated move to secure his own position and ensure that none of this mess sticks to him. It's as if he's Navig.
They're going to try everything. They're going to try to transfer him. They're going to try to get him out. You know, in a normal case where it's a high-profile person or a well-funded person, the prosecution and the judge is a little bit more concerned about a wrongful prosecution because people that are mad that they're being arrested for a crime they didn't commit can turn around and file for malicious prosecution.
But now, with the stakes higher than ever, it seems Diddy's luck might finally be running out. The legal cases piling up now involve more than just money or reputation, they're deeply personal, encompassing accusations of control, manipulation, and a level of influence that goes beyond anything the public ever imagined. The kicker this time is that it's not just one isolated incident, it's an entire web of cases and stories, all pointing back to Diddy's alleged actions over the years.
Is going to mandate that they are responsible for your well-being. They have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
Then there's the culture of silence that Diddy allegedly fostered within his organization. We're talking about an environment where people reportedly felt afraid to speak up or challenge the status quo. Some former employees describe a workplace where loyalty wasn't just encouraged, it was demanded. They were allegedly pressured to keep quiet about what they witnessed, to look the other way, and to protect the man who held their careers in his hands.
There's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers upon layers.
This wasn't just a typical office environment, it was a world where stepping out of line could cost you everything. According to those who have come forward, Diddy used every tool at his disposal to keep people silent, ensuring that his secrets remained locked away. In such a setting, people learned quickly that loyalty was the only way to survive. But now, as the walls come down, those secrets are finally spilling out. So, what role does Jay-Z play in all this? Was he complicit in Diddy's?
There's no way. They can't move him to the general population. And would he be at risk? Sure, he'd be at risk. There's so many people that have nothing to lose, right? They're going to be in jail the rest of their life. They've got nothing to. They want their 15 minutes of fame. They were friends with Diddy, or they hurt Diddy, or they Diddy, or they did. I mean, there's so many, people in jail that this would be their moment. You can't put them there.
In fact, some sources close to the situation suggest that Jay-Z's decision to testify might not be as noble as it appears. According to rumors, his own legal team has been urging him to take a stand and distance himself from Diddy before things get even worse. There's also talk that Jay-Z's wife, Beyoncé, has been putting pressure on him to sever ties with Diddy once and for all. With her influence and reputation at stake, it's no surprise that she would want her husband to stay far away from.
To say allegedly, has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know.
Beyoncé, a figure who has carefully crafted her own image over the years, is no stranger to protecting her brand. If rumors are to be believed, she's not thrilled about the idea of Jay-Z being associated with Diddy's alleged behavior. Some insiders suggest that her influence may have been the final push.
Legitimate concern. No judge wants to wake up and read the headlines the next day. Oh, they treated this guy special and they gave him bond, and now he's gone and he fled from justice. So that's what's in the back of most judges' minds. On the other hand, we deal with cases where clients have significant funds sometimes. And sometimes where there's money, you can craft a unique solution. Years ago, it was the ankle bracelet and the ankle monitor.
Ding to the intrigue, Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spa, is reportedly playing a major role in shaping his client's strategy. Known for his aggressive approach, Spa has been working tirelessly to create a clean break between Jay-Z and Diddy, putting up every possible defense to protect his client's reputation. With Spa in his corner and Beyoncé supporting from behind the scenes, it seems like Jay-Z is doing everything he can to navigate this scandal without letting it taint his legacy.
That this is the end of the Diddy story as we know it.
And then we get to the evidence that's starting to surface, the so-called vault of material seized from Diddy's properties. Imagine the kind of secrets that could be hiding on those devices: emails, messages, documents, recordings. We're talking about a treasure trove of information that could hold the key to understanding the full scope of what's gone on behind the scenes. According to some sources, what's been found is staggering, with evidence that could provide a whole new perspective on Diddy.
I've had clients describe NBC as hell, as the worst conditions they've been in.
This is a reckoning, a moment where the industry is being forced to confront its own dark side. As younger artists and fans demand more transparency and accountability, the old guard is finding it harder to keep their secrets hidden. The days of the untouchable elite are coming to an end, and it's changing the entire landscape of hip-hop in real time. This isn't just a scandal, it's a cultural shift, a sign that the power structures within the industry are evolving. As Diddy's trial approaches,